Good afternoon and thank you for joining today's webinar focused on Microsoft 365. This is the third webinar of the Microsoft 365 series, so I hope you've been able to join us for the previous two. However, if you have missed the previous two, then you can view these webinars on demand. Today's webinar will focus on security. I'm hearing more partners asking on further information on security, and for good reason with the current threat landscape. Microsoft 365 has many different security tools available to assist users in the modern workplace, so the content today will be able to help you in position Microsoft 365 as the preferred modern workplace solution. My name is Stephen Gifford and I'm the Microsoft Modern Workplace Business Development Executive at Ingram Micro. I'm delighted to welcome back both Charlie and Matthew to speak to you today. Charlie is the Territory Channel Manager focused on Modern Workplace for SMB and Microsoft, whilst Matthew is aligned within the SureStep team as a Business Development Manager to assist partner growth. So for today's agenda, I will first be outlining the reasoning as to why we require a security solution in the modern workplace by looking at the threat landscape that we face today. Charlie will be providing us with further content to outline why partnering with Microsoft 365 for security will benefit you and your clients. Matthew will follow providing details of a Microsoft tool available to assist you day to day with the Partner Launchpad. I will then be closing the call with additional resources for your review and allowing time for you to ask any questions. Throughout the duration of the call, please feel free to ask these questions using the Q&A tool. We will be reviewing these questions at the end of the content. So as mentioned, I will be reviewing the threat landscape before we look at the Microsoft 365 security features. I think it's important to provide context to why this is required and to analyse the threats that are currently affecting small and mid-sized businesses today. And it is also important to review why a cloud service may be more beneficial in the modern workplace to a more traditional on-premise solution. The market opportunity for cloud services is expected to continue to grow, and this slide illustrates potential services within cloud computing. Today's focus is with cybersecurity, as independent researchers expect this market to grow in the UK to £699 billion by 2020. Having a solution that can provide business applications, collaborative tools, as well as providing security tools will put you in a fantastic position when making a proposal to your clients. This is what Microsoft 365 Business can provide. And the volume of attacks is much more than any of us may currently believe. This research from the end of 2017 shows that 43% of UK businesses fell victim to a cyber attack, with each UK business being targeted on average 230,000 times. With a success rate of 57%, we need to stop looking at cyber attacks as a possibility, but as an ongoing threat. With over 1.3 trillion attacks targeting UK businesses, it is our responsibility as cloud solution aggregators to ensure that you are equipped to safeguard your end customers. Of the 159,700 successful incidences that were reported in 2017, 93% of all those attacks could have been avoided were it not for plain human error. By taking the simple steps of improving best practices and to include a comprehensive security offering, organisations can very easily safeguard themselves against the majority of today's threats. So how can we offer this security service? Providing end-to-end protection for your end customers can seem like a daunting task, with no single solution providing all the answers. But what are the priorities you need to be talking about with your customers? Let's investigate further. First, ensure that all software is up to date. This may sound like a simple message, but the latest updates and patches from the vendor can prevent a security breach. As an example, the infamous WannaCry ransomware attack that affected over 300,000 systems worldwide and brought the NHS to a standstill could have been prevented by simply ensuring software was up to date. WannaCry targeted a vulnerability in the Windows operating system that had already been patched months prior, but due to organisations failing to update in a timely fashion, they were left exposed to a devastating attack. An automatic software update as part of your solution offering removes the risk of human error and is a must for any cybersecurity solution. One of the advantages of Microsoft CSP is the latest versions always provided through the duration of your subscription. Secondly, we need to look at education to detect and remediate attacks. A large proportion of data breaches start from a phishing email, which you can see from this stat. Microsoft research shows on average it takes 1 minute 40 for the recipient to open a phishing email, and on average it takes 3 minutes 45 for that recipient to click the malicious attachment, which would then start to run the device and infect the machine and network. There are many solutions available which aims to prevent these emails from reaching the user, but the likelihood is the threat will continue to adapt to find its way past these obstacles. Education to your clients is therefore essential to ensure the user is aware of the potential threat and to take suitable action to prevent this attack affecting your business next. And we also need to understand the current threat environment for small businesses today. Customers' IT infrastructure is becoming increasingly fragmented as they attempt to improve workforce productivity whilst trying to work within budget constraints. The irony is that this fragmentation means that customers are spending more money, but they aren't necessarily making any more profit. The customers are using many different devices, and whether they know or not, have a mobile workforce that need additional security and protection. Studies show 60% of small companies go out of business within 6 months after a cyber attack. It is therefore cumbersome for you to sell and implement a compelling security and business continuity offering to provide protection against the modern day threats. And we have to feel sympathy for the IT managers. Traditionally, this is what the IT manager would need to protect, all on-premise within the confines of the walls of the office. Cloud computing has ensured that we can access data whenever and wherever, which provides fantastic opportunities for that user, although it also does bring additional challenges, as we can now see. Not only does the IT manager need to ensure the protection of the office walls, but to ensure their data is safe within the cloud providers. A couple of business applications can be seen within this image, and it's not limited to the Microsoft applications being used. If the IT manager is not able to provide these cloud applications, then we are finding that more users are accessing these services privately, such as their own Dropbox account or WhatsApp messaging service. This provides a threat to the business as data is being taken out of the controllable environment into the unknown. So how can we enable productivity for the user's requirements without compromising security, meeting the needs of the IT manager as well as the user requirements? The answer is to encompass security within the productivity tools that your user requires to provide a secure productivity solution. Thank you for listening. I will now invite Charlie to provide further details for security with Microsoft 365.
Hi, my name is Charlie Harris. I work in the Microsoft UK SMB team specialising in modern workplace. I have the next few minutes to take you through some of our security propositions within Microsoft 365. Firstly, I'm going to take you through the all-up security proposition and then delve into some of the features that our partners and customers have told us resonated with them. Firstly, our cybersecurity landscape is changing. We're seeing attacks on civilians and organisations from nation states. Attacks are no longer just against governments or enterprise systems directly. We're seeing attacks against private property, the mobile phones we carry around every day, the laptops on our desks, and the public infrastructure. What started a decade and a half ago as a sense that there were some teenagers in the basement hacking has moved far beyond that. It has morphed into sophisticated international organised crime and worse, sophisticated nation-state attacks. For our customers, personnel and resources are limited. The security landscape is getting more complicated and the stakes are rising, but many enterprises don't have the resources they need to meet their security needs. And finally, virtually anything can be corrupted. The number of connected devices is ever increasing, not including computers and phones. As we connect virtually everything, anything can be disrupted. Everything from the cloud to the edge needs to be considered and protected. When it comes to defending against cyber attacks, we really have to consider what is our and our customers' digital estate. How do we think about what our assets are and what we have to defend against? This is a little bit different than it was 5 or 10 years ago. IT organisations now find themselves responsible for protecting a set of technologies that they may not own. That can be things like user-owned mobile devices that are used to access corporate data. It also includes systems and devices that your partners and your customers use to access your information. And any one of these points can be a point of vulnerability for your overall estate. That changes the game when it comes to security. You can no longer draw perimeters around your organisation. That is the challenge that we all struggle with in the IT industry, and it's a challenge that we at Microsoft think we can uniquely help with. At Microsoft, we spend over $1 billion every year on research and development to secure your organization and help you digitally transform without compromising productivity. We try to keep it simple for our customers, knowing they have limited resources and spend. We do this through our operations, technology, and partnerships. What makes Microsoft so different to other cloud providers and even security providers is that we have over 3,500 security professionals and intelligence informed by trillions of sources, so we can help you make smarter decisions and remediate faster. We provide a truly holistic approach to technology. Microsoft helps you protect identities, data, applications, and devices across on-premises, cloud, and mobile, end-to-end. This protection is at global scale with enterprise class technology. Benefit from the investment of security at a global scale with built-in capabilities and resources. Microsoft security starts with operational excellence in the cloud. This includes physical security, operational security, and global cloud fabric that runs our clouds and our security services. This first side is the secure foundation of our cloud services. This is about how we operate our own cloud services. We have some of the world's best physical security, with fences and barbed wire to protect secured building environments, and within those buildings, secure server environments. To enter a server environment, for example, a person would have to pass through multiple physical layers and provide multiple forms of identification. They would also be scanned for metal in their pockets to make sure that they're not bringing devices in to steal information. So there's a great deal of physical security in place that we do on behalf of all of our customers in our cloud services, and that can make it possible for our customers to really leverage the investment that we've made in that respect. For operational security, one of the best ways this comes to life is in our continual testing of our services, making sure that we are finding vulnerabilities faster than the bad guys can. We have a big focus on red team, blue team exercises. If you're not familiar with those, the idea is that we have dedicated professionals whose job it is to be the good guy, but act like the bad guy. They're constantly trying to find ways to penetrate the services, find ways that hackers might attack us so that we can increase our defenses. Another example of our operational excellence is around restricted access. When Microsoft employees need elevated access so that they can do maintenance on a service, or so that they can investigate a customer support issue, they only have access to the exact resources they need to access and for only the exact amount of time they need it. So they have just in time and just enough access to do their work, and then they get out. They don't have any standing elevated access that allows them to view customer data. Lastly, customer controls are a huge important part of this. This is something that we get asked about a lot when we talk to customers about our cloud services. What are the things that I have at my control that I can decide how I want to manage my data and who has access to it? Access controls, of course, are the very foundation of it. At a basic level, having multi-factor authentication for users is fundamental. And lastly, network and distributed denial of service protection is in place for all of these services. We do basic protection to ensure our services work reliably, and Microsoft customers can take advantage of additional protection at the network layer to support their needs. The centerpiece of our investment in intelligence is the Microsoft Intelligence Security Graph. This is how we describe the way that we synthesize the vast amount of data from a huge variety of sources. 400 billion emails get analysed by our Outlook.com and Office 365 email services every month, and 1.2 billion devices are updated monthly. We operate over 200 global cloud, consumer and commercial services, everything from Outlook.com, Xbox Live, Office 365 and Azure, and so on. And with all of these services, we have a tremendous amount of surface area that we defend. And so we see more attacks than most other companies on any given day. We get a lot of information from defending against those attacks. Over 1 billion Azure user accounts give us tremendous insight into how people authenticate into Azure, and that, combined with 450 billion monthly authentications that we do with Azure Active Directory and Microsoft Account, really give us some tremendous insight into what is normal behavior when it comes to authentications and what is abnormal behavior. And how often is it that someone has the right password, but they're not the person that they say they are? We learn a lot about defending what's really important control point, the identity, by looking across that set of data. And why is it a graph? It's a graph because what's really important is connecting these pieces of intelligence so that these signals are not just individual points of information. The graph brings them together as something that we can draw patterns across. We can learn from one point of data to influence how we interpret another point of data. So, the intelligence security graph is something that we are very heavily invested in at Microsoft. It's something that we feel is unique to us in this industry. The Microsoft Cloud is managed by people who spend all day thinking about data security and privacy. You get to take advantage of 3,500 dedicated cybersecurity professionals working together to help protect, detect, and respond to threats in real time. The industry-leading security experts in our Cyber Defense Operations Center, CDOC, defend our services, Azure and Office 365 on behalf of our customers. Staffed with dedicated teams 24/7, the CDOC has direct access to thousands of security professionals, data scientists, and product engineers throughout Microsoft to ensure rapid response and resolution to security threats. Microsoft Cloud Services extends your security team by thousands of the industry's leading security experts. Now that we have covered the all-up Microsoft security position, I'm going to delve into the Microsoft 365 security proposition and how you can lead with security. This slide might seem a little bit simplistic at first, but it clearly outlines the value proposition of Microsoft 365 compared to Office 365. On the left, we have the Office applications, along with our new logos. If you update your Office 365 account now, you'll be using our new look logos. Office 365, as you well know, includes all the value of the Office suite and additional cloud services such as SharePoint, Exchange, and Teams. Finally, on the right is the Microsoft 365 proposition, which is defined as Office 365 plus advanced security and device management. I hope this slide will help you in having these conversations with your customers. We've spent time with our customers and partners this year talking to them about Microsoft 365 and what has resonated with them about the product. The first topic is security, specifically around multi-factor authentication. We know that multi-factor authentication can be used in Office 365, so this is nothing new. However, building on it with features such as conditional access has resonated well with customers. Office 365 ATP is another feature we have found has resonated really well. Office 365 ATP is included in Microsoft 365 Business, so is ideal for smaller customers. You can also add it on to Microsoft 365 E3 or it is included in E5. If you haven't heard of Secure Score before now, I hope you take time after this webinar to explore it. I'll cover it off in more detail, but this super simple tool built into the Microsoft 365 admin portal allows you to view your customers' tenant security status and help guide them to improve it using easy to follow steps. The next topic is device management, specifically through Intune. Intune is included with Microsoft 365 Business, E3 and E5 SKUs. Customers love the features of Intune, but the partners need to deploy it properly to allow customers to use it to its best. The final two topics are simplified management and business continuity. When it comes to security, especially, we find a lot of customers stack solutions on top of solutions. Not only is this costly, the solutions aren't all built to work together and create unnecessary barriers for users who just find ways to get around them. Customers love the single pane of glass management of their solutions through Microsoft. Business continuity through utilizing the cloud platform doesn't just apply to Microsoft 365, but applies to our entire cloud platform. Customers love peace of mind using Microsoft Cloud. If you need support telling the Microsoft security story, you can use the resources in the Microsoft Trust Center. Our customer security for their modern workplace, we can look at it in these 5 layers: user, device, applications, email, and document. For the users, how many users have the same password for multiple sites, including their corporate access? Customers need to consider how they protect themselves against an incident where one of their users has their credentials compromised. Enabling features such as multi-factor authentication allows additional line of defense against attackers. further protecting your customer's network with features such as conditional access and risk-based conditional access provide fantastic protection against users trying to access your customer's network through user credentials. For devices, the rise in bring your own device and the customer's desire to provide this flexibility to their users has led to customers needing to protect their corporate data on these personal devices. What if a device is compromised or lost? What if a user has a weak PIN or password? Further on, we'll discuss the benefits of Intune, which our customers have told us they love for its protection and functionality. Protecting applications on both corporate-owned devices and user-owned devices containing corporate data is key. How do you prevent corporate data from being copied into personal or third-party applications? Features in Intune and Microsoft 365 prevent data being copied from managed applications into personal applications, and thus allowing corporate data to be removed from devices if needed, and controls in Microsoft 365 ensure users save corporate data onto their OneDrive for Business. Over half of cyber attacks are caused by malware through email. Email attacks are getting more and more sophisticated, and whilst users are more savvy than ever before, they can still be fooled by a well-crafted email. Education is key for users, and implementing products such as Office 365 Advanced Threat Protection, which tests links and attachments before your users click on them, warning them if malicious content is detected. Office 365 ATP can also detect emails from spoofed email addresses and help prevent attacks. Finally, protecting documents through classification at point of creation can help with accidental emailing of classified data. How many of you have emailed the wrong document to the wrong person? Slightly embarrassing, but if that document has classified corporate data, the damages could be huge. If the document is classified internal at creation, even then if the document is sent externally by email, it cannot be viewed. Talking to customers about these 5 layers of security and helping them build their proposition around it, as well as using services such as Secure Score, can help manage your customer's estate and help them be successful. What we're going to do now is touch on some of the particular features that customers have told us that they love. Firstly, we're going to touch on user-based security. As we have discussed, identity is a potential attack vector. Microsoft Azure Active Directory and Active Directory increase attack cost by enabling you to require multi-factor authentication that prevents attackers from using a simple password to access accounts. Azure Active Directory also allows you to specify conditions to access accounts and resources. Utilizing features in Azure AD Premium, such as conditional access and risk-based conditional access, uses machine learning to determine the validity of a user's request to access the system. i.e., if the user logs on in the UK and then again 5 minutes later in another country, machine learning will make an assumption that the user cannot travel the distance in that time and either enforce MFA or refuse access. Conditional access is part of Microsoft 365 E3 or as an add-on using Azure Active Directory Premium Plan 1 or Plan 2 for risk-based conditional access. Next, we're going to look at device-based security with Intune. Intune enables device management through 3 key areas: data control, device security configuration, and restriction of applications and URLs. Data control enables separation of corporate data from personal data, allowing just corporate data to be removed from a device if necessary, or for example, a user using their own phone leaves the organization. Device configuration allows corporate policy to enforce device encryption, PIN requirements, and devices to be kept up to date and not jailbroken. Restriction of applications allows protection of corporate data to be only accessed and stored within corporate managed applications and not copied into personal apps. Customers have told us that they love the features of Intune, but partners need to enable it properly for it to be really effective. Intune is included in Microsoft 365 Business, E3 and E5. In the Business SKU, there is a simplified admin portal built into the customer's Office 365 portal, which enables some simple actions such as managing devices directly through the portal. Finally, we're going to look at email-based security. Email is the most common route used by attackers to infiltrate a system. The statistics on the slide above are really key to discuss with customers in establishing the importance of protecting themselves through incoming email. The next feature I'm going to talk about is called Office 365 Advanced Threat Protection. This feature is included in Microsoft 365 Business and E5 and available as an add-on to E3. Office 365 ATP works in a number of ways, but the three key features to talk to customers about is safe links, safe attachments, and spoofing. Safe links, which you can see highlighted in the middle and slightly to the right of the slide, shows a user going to click on a link. The advertised link and the actual link it leads to are different, but not all users will check this. If the user clicks on a malicious link, the Office 365 ATP checks the links before it allows the user through. The way you can see this working is when you click on any link from your email, you'll see an address which looks like safelinks.protection.outlook before it lets you into the site. If the site is malicious, it will block you before you can access. The same happens for safe attachments. The attached files are checked for malicious content before the user is allowed to access, and thus prevents any malware from being installed on the machine. Finally, spoofing, which you can see highlighted at the top of the slide, the user has received an email from someone pretending to be another person in their organization, but the Office 365 ATP has picked it up and is warning the user, again protecting any corporate confidential data from being sent. What you can see here is a demonstration of safe links in action. Notice the address bar at the top, which states safelinks.protection.outlook, which shows the ATP is working to test the link. The link is found to be malicious and the user is clearly notified with the shown screen. By utilising Office 365 ATP, you can take steps towards protecting your customer's digital estate by protecting your users from untrustworthy email they are likely to receive. The final topic I'm going to cover is Secure Score. We launched Secure Score in early 2017, but it's still not widely known by our partners and customers, and it's a hugely useful tool to help your customers secure their Office 365 tenants. To put it simply, Secure Score is a security analytics tool that applies a score to a customer's Office 365 security configuration. With Secure Score, we aim to help customers get insights into their security position by helping them better understand what security features they have enabled through an easy-to-use user interface. We also want to give you guidance on how to increase your customer security level by helping you learn about what other security features are available, while helping you balance their users' productivity needs and their security requirements. To review your Secure Score, go to securescore.microsoft.com and log in as an administrator. Secure Score was originally built for Office 365, hence you will see many controls for Office 365 in the service. However, we have recently added support by showing your customers total Windows score based on data found in the Windows Defender ATP. That's if your customers have it. If you want to dive deeper into your Windows score, you can click on the score and it will take you to the Windows Defender ATP console where you can investigate which controls you can use to improve the score. The score is made up of two numbers. The numerator is the total number of points earned based on the security controls that are enabled. The denominator is the points you can obtain based on the features your customer owns. For example, if you own just Office 365 E3, your denominator will be different from someone that owns Microsoft 365 E5. Secure Score also scores controls from the EMS suite. For example, support for multi-factor authentication via Azure AD and mobile device management controls covered by Microsoft Intune are available. In total, there are 59 controls that you can easily configure and get points for. One of the questions we get asked all the time is, what score should I aim to get? We can't tell you this as every organisation is different and we need to find their right balance of security and productivity. To help you better understand what other organisations are doing, we provide 3 sets of data to help you benchmark your customer. The first is the average score, which is the average of all Office 365 tenants, from the smallest of small businesses to the largest of large enterprises. We take their scores and determine what the average is. Some organisations felt that this was not entirely valid to them, so we added 2 more averages. One is the average seat size. This is where we take all tenants and put them into groups based on the number of people actively using Office 365. Then we look at the customer's tenant and see what group they're in and show the average for that group. For example, if your customer has 75 users of Office 365, then they are in the group that has between 6 and 99 seats. We also heard from organisations that they wanted to compare against other organisations within their industry. To help with this, we showed an industry average based on the industry that an organisation self-identifies in the Service Assurance page in the Security and Compliance Centre. You can also compare your customer score from previous days in the Score Analyzer. You simply pick the 2 days you want to compare against, and Secure Score will help see what controls made your score go up or down in between those dates. We've seen partners successfully build managed services around Secure Score with their customers. A service which reviews the score once a month or once a quarter, and then reviews the actions that needed to take place to improve it. We've also seen a partner create a Power BI dashboard with all of their customer scores in one location using the API to help them target the customers that need the most support faster. If you want to have a look at either yours or your customer Secure Score, then you'll need an admin access account. Then simply go to securescore.microsoft.com and log in and see for yourself. Similarly, you can also access through the Security Admin Console within the Office 365 admin portal. Finally, licensing. Now, we've covered a number of different features, which, as you'll be aware, are not available in every plan of Microsoft 365. I've tried to detail as I've gone through what features are available in what SKUs, but the next 2 slides are more for your reference than anything else. You can use these to compare against what the different Microsoft 365 plans feature and then what other add-on SKUs available. Firstly, the plan comparison slide. In here, we've included Office 365 Business Premium compared to the Microsoft 365 Business, E3 and E5 SKUs. You can see the new updates in blue, and the pricing that we featured here is US pricing for reference, but what you can do is you can obtain your pricing directly from Ingram. Secondly, the premium add-on SKUs such as Voice, Power BI and security features which we discussed earlier. Rather than upgrading your customers to Microsoft 365 straight away, you could look to utilise some of the premium add-ons to their existing agreement to benefit from the features and then look to upgrade them to Microsoft 365 at a later date. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please do ask them in the Q&A window now.
Hi, my name is Matthew Batterby and I'm the Business Development Manager here at Microsoft, and my role is to work with Ingram Micro to support their partners to accelerate their business growth, enabling partners to use all the great resources available to them as a Microsoft partner, one of those being Microsoft Partner Launchpad. And today I'm going to go a little bit deeper into this to give you a demonstration and just show you what's available within this resource. So as it says on this slide, Partner Launchpad is an integrated tool to help you attract customers, build offers and drive sales. And there's a link on here as well, so once you receive these slides, you can go to the link here or contact someone at Ingram and they can send you the link over as well if you have any trouble. Now, with the vision of Launchpad, it's to help those partners that maybe don't have a marketing team, but if you do have a marketing team, they can go and visit this. I've spoken with partners personally where Partner Launchpad has supported marketing teams within those partners to help them do more, to help them build offers, to help them drive more sales. There's a lot of resource in there that whether you do or don't have a marketing team, it's going to be very useful to you. And here we have the Launchpad overview. Number 1, discover practice-based solutions. The more Microsoft 365 knowledge you have, and the better you know your customers, the more easily you can meet their needs. Launchpad provides 2 ways to connect your customers with the right version of Microsoft 365. There's the solution-based approach with the Y-Cloud collateral that's available in here. And there's also the product-based approach where you can start off with an assessment that you can talk through with your customers to find the right solution for them. Number 2, the plan with the offer builder. Combine cloud products, services and hardware to create unique customer offers that can maximize your current and future revenue. The offer builder guides you through the deal creation process to customize offers and estimate your revenue and profitability over a multi-year period. Completed offers can be exported to Excel. Saved offers can also be accessed from or edited in Launchpad at any time. And number 3, sell with the datasheet builder. The datasheet builder allows you to upload your logo, contact information and customer selling points to create unique and targeted datasheets. Additional SMB focused resources target seller readiness, customer engagement and go-to-market campaigns. As for your next steps following on from today, and I'm going to go into more details of a demonstration shortly, your next step should be to definitely go into Partner Launchpad and sign up and take some time to get familiar with everything that's in there. I'm only going to touch on a couple of things that are in there today. There is so much in there that can really add value to your business, help you sell more. It is really a great resource. I can't stress that enough. So I would definitely say, following this call, get yourselves logged into there and have a look and see what's available to you. And then if you've got any questions, take those to Ingram Micro and they can always loop me in and we can have a call to discuss this even further if you so wish. And here we have the home page of Partner Launchpad. So once you've got yourself logged in, this is the home page that you'll come to. As you can see, really quick access to the iCloud collateral that I mentioned earlier. And then you've also got the assessment, nice and quick and easy access, which I'm going to show you what the assessment looks like shortly. As we know, many partners are most successful when they approach a sales conversation from a solution perspective. What type of issue is your customer trying to resolve? And that's where the iCloud collateral comes in. You can take that cloud reluctant SMB customer to the cloud and help them save time. With regards to the assessment, you can take a product orientated approach to identify which product is right for your customer based on their size, risk, tolerance. There's a load of questions in there, which I'm going to show you what this looks like shortly. But it's really good, and visually it's really good for a customer to see, why is that the best solution for them. As you can see on the home page, nice and quick, easy, simple to use. And also on the home page, you can view things such as your saved offers. So it's just quick links to the offers that you've already built. You've also got your go-to-market faster link, so it's a resource link, quick link for partners to access seller resources, also available in the top bar that you see across the page on the previous slide. And then you've also got the partner portal link, so you can visit the partner portal for additional product and practice information. So again, the home page is really designed for that quick and easy access to the great resource that's available through this. Now, we've mentioned the solution-orientated approach to selling. So when you want to do this and you want to go through that iCloud, as you can see, there's two ways of doing this. There's the bar across the top. You click on Solutions, and you click on iCloud. You've also got the iCloud there where the number 2 is. And when you go into iCloud, you can see that the partner can select the solution that they want to look into in more detail. You can toggle between the solutions to better understand the practice areas and determine which type of solution applies to their customer. And where you've got the number 2, it's an overview of the solution, so you can learn more about the key pillars of each solution and how they apply to the customers. And when you scroll down on the iCloud link, you start to see more and more information. So you can get to know what motivates your typical buyers. As you can see on the demonstration here from the screenshot, it's the CEO. You can see what their goals are. So what's going to motivate them to move to the cloud? But there's are other people that you can select as well. So you've got the business decision makers, you've got the technical decision makers, and you can have a look at their buyer profile to help you attack that conversation with more confidence and know the people you're talking to. And here you can view the difference in the offers. So you can view which offer is right for your customer. View and compare features for key products in each solution. Evaluate features and differences to determine the best offer for your customer. Products compared vary across solutions. So iCloud, Exchange Online, Plan 1 versus Office 365 Business Premium. As you can see on the example here, you also got for Teamwork, Office 365 Business Premium versus Microsoft 365 Business. And then security, Microsoft 365 Business versus Microsoft 365 E5. So there really are different things that you can view and different comparisons that you can share with customers to really make sure that they're getting the right solution for them and you know what the right solution for them is. And going back to the home page, earlier I mentioned the assessment approach to selling. So these are the two ways in which you can access that. You've got it across the top bar at the top where you've got offer builder and then customer assessment. And at the bottom there where the number 2 is, not sure where to begin, start with the assessment. If you click there, it takes you to the assessment. And then once you start the assessment, you see these pages one by one. So I've tried to bring it all onto one slide, make it a little bit easier. But also once you go on there and actually demonstrate this for yourself, you can do a few fake offers to see what recommendations are being made through the system. But you'll go through the assessment asking questions, how big's the company, 2 to 49 employees, 50 to 99, 100 plus, the security risk profile of the business. Then you go through the security and compliance add-ons, voice add-ons, all that kind of stuff. And at the end, what you're left with is a recommended offer. For example, as you can see in the middle there at the top, the recommended offer is Office 365 Business Premium, but it also tells you why. Again, giving you confidence, you can take that to the end customer and tell them why that's the best solution for them. And then if you click on the link just underneath that where it says build offer, you can go on then to build out a quotation. So you can actually put in your pricing, your markup, you can put in things like deployment charges, hardware charges, all that kind of stuff that you can put your wraparounds in there. And then you actually have a quote that you can then download and send to the end customer as a finalized quote with all their pricing in, with all the services explained and what the prices are for them. So it's a really great solution. It's nice and quick and easy to use. A lot of it's automated, automating what SKU it spits out, and then also automating the quotation at the end. You go through and build that offer, but then it's there for you to download and it'll save it as well for you within your login. So it's a really great solution to use, and I'm driving more and more partners to this, and they're seeing the benefit of using this. So yeah, if you've got any further questions around this, again, take these to Ingram Micro, or then they can loop me in. But yeah, it's a really great solution, as you can see, really quick and easy to use as well from the screenshots you can see here. And as you can see, there are more and more resources that are available within Partner Launchpad. I've sort of just scratched the surface here, but there's things like playbooks, there's the data sheets that I mentioned earlier. There really is a lot of resource within here. And you go into seller resource and you can see all this kind of stuff as well. Again, I'm driving more and more partners to this. They're seeing the value and it's really helping them add more customers quickly, which is great. It's really helping partners attain competencies. We've seen partners that have never been a gold partner, but they've always wanted to be a gold partner, now achieving those competencies through the support that they're getting through Partner Launchpad, and they're becoming much more self-sufficient. So again, I couldn't stress enough. I really recommend following this call, going into Partner Launchpad and getting used to it yourself. And that's everything from me today. Thank you very much for listening. Like I say, can't stress enough, I would definitely recommend having a look at Partner Launchpad in more detail. But if you have got any questions, feel free to raise those with your account manager at Ingram Micro, and they can always loop me in. And if you want to ask for some short step engagement, that's absolutely fine. My role here is to support partners accelerate their business growth, and that's what I want to do. So if you do want any further engagement with myself, again, raise that with your account manager. But for now, I'm going to pass you on to Steve for the rest of the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Matthew. I previously introduced Partner Launchpad in some of my previous discussions, and I'm hearing great feedback on this tool, so I hope this introduction can assist other partners on this call. Also, thank you to Charlie for putting the content together today for the security tools available within Microsoft 365. Again, we are hearing the stories of partners winning business when introducing security tools available within Microsoft 365. We're now coming towards the end of today's webinar, but before you leave, I'd like to introduce you to some additional resources for your review. First, I'll start with the Ingram Micro webinar series, which we are currently expanding, as you can see from the 4 scheduled webinars within the next month. Please feel free to check out these webinars by visiting the Eventbrite link included at the bottom of the page. The next Microsoft 365 webinar will take place on 29th of May. This webinar will focus on powering collaboration with the Microsoft 365 Business Solution. We also have our Azure webinar on the 15th of May. From this webinar, you'll discover the Ingram Micro Cloud Vision and the available tools to boost your go-to-market strategy for Azure business sales. Ingram Micro have also launched our Microsoft Q4 incentive, which you can register for today. This luxury weekend will set sail for Cowes for the world-famous sailing regatta event. You'll check in at the luxury hotel on day 1 with a premium dining experience. Day 2 is a day of excitement as you get amongst the races on high-speed ribs, following a luxury dinner at the Jetty restaurant. Final day will allow you to board an exclusive yacht where you will enter the race. Places are available to win based on your growth for Azure and modern workplace solutions. Microsoft 365 SKUs will present you with 5 points per subscription to give you a better chance of joining us for the exclusive weekend. Any registrations and orders placed in April will also result in double points, so even more reasons to promote these solutions now. Please visit the link below and register for this today. It is also worth mentioning that Ingram Micro research within different verticals. Our findings have looked across 8 key sectors in the UK to review the industry threats and pinpoint potential areas of innovation with the latest technology trends. These ebooks could assist you when reviewing your customers, as well as potential new customer opportunities within these sectors. And finally, we have our UK flagship cloud event, the UK Cloud Summit, which takes place in May from the 21st to 22nd at the Landmark Hotel in London. So the UK Cloud Summit this year will embrace the infinite potential to infinite reality. As mentioned, the dates 21st to 22nd of May 2019, and it'll be at the Landmark Hotel in London. Key highlights is a 2-day thought leader Ingram Micro event, which will include a gala dinner with awards. There's 350 vendor, existing and new partner C-level attendees. 18 insightful sessions across 2 content-packed days. There are 3 unique learning tracks covering the latest innovations across cloud, whether you're looking at software as a service, infrastructure as a service, IoT, artificial intelligence, or cybersecurity. We have content across the board. We also have technical sessions with hands-on labs designed to complement the numerous presentations, workshops and panels. There will also be a chance to network and build relationships with industry influencers, experts, peers and top-level executives. I encourage you to attend this event as we go from infinite potential to infinite reality. For more details, visit our website or contact me. I'll be happy to provide you any further information, and I hope to see you all there. Thanks again for your time and attention this afternoon. I hope you'll be able to locate the Q&A to ask any questions that you may have. Myself, Charlie and Matthew will all remain on the call to answer any of these questions. Otherwise, if there's nothing further, then I'd like to again say thank you for your time and hope to see you again shortly at the UK Cloud Summit.